Welcome everybody to this week's episode of Breaking the Huddle here at newsgraphic.com. We're calling a home stretch. It's the month of February. We're down to the last 2-3 weeks of the regular season. District play will be here before you know it, region tournament. We're hopeful that several of our 4 varsity teams will be involved in region tournament action. We'll talk about that when we get there. Let's talk about what's leading up to it here, the final week of January. Some big wins to talk about. First of all, let's start with the Scott County Bulls. None bigger than them as they bounce back from the Toyota Classic with victories over Frederick Douglass and Bryan Station. Both close games, both down to the wire. Actually, they kind of controlled the Frederick Douglass game in the second quarter and won by 6. And that avenged 2 prior losses, including that Toyota Classic game that wasn't really close from the start. And that put them in a position to kind of control their own destiny here going forward. But the very next night, they had to play Bryan Station, and that game came right down to a 3-pointer at the end. They hit the rim, bounced off, and gave Scott County the 3-point victory. Their second close win over the Defenders this year, and now it sets up a showdown that has been delayed because of the flu outbreak here at both Scott County schools and Fayette County schools that have been caused them to cancel school at the end of this week, has caused that game to be postponed until Tuesday night, February the 18th. Scott County at Henry Clay will be pretty much the last game, next to last game of the regular season, I guess, for the Cardinals. So that one will be for potentially, if the Cardinals can win a tie for first place in the district, that would necessitate a coin flip. If they lose, they would most likely fall into a 2-versus-3 game against Frederick Douglass, with the winner going on to regions. So that's a big one for Scott County. I don't think it really matters whether you play Frederick Douglass or Bryan Station at this point in the semifinals of the district. Both are very dangerous, and Scott County's got the work cut out for them. Everybody in that district does this year. How about the SC girls? They have won 10 in a row, and that's not counting the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday games that they're about to play, weather and health permitting, as they thrashed Frederick Douglass and Sayre to go 6-0 in the 42nd District. They have wrapped up the top seed. Now it's just a matter of getting momentum going for the playoffs. They hosted Bryan Station on Thursday night. They will host Russell County on Friday, and then go to South Laurel for a big one Saturday night. That should be the toughest game they've had in a while. The Lady Cards about to get tested. February schedule going forward the last 2 weeks is tough as well. They got a trip to Walton, Verona. They've got Great Crossing again at Great Crossing. So we'll get to them in a minute, but that's going to be a tough one for the Lady Cards as well. Morgan DeFore, Malaya Williams have hit recent milestones. They will be recognized, I believe, by the time you see this, they will have been recognized on Thursday night for hitting 2,000 and 1,000 career points, respectively. Great Crossing, the girls got back on track. They had a frustrating loss on Saturday. They had a 15-point lead in the third quarter and fell to Tate's Creek 70-61. That was their 4th defeat in the past 5 games. So they have had some ups and downs as the schedule got a lot tougher. But they bounced back Monday night with a convincing win over Frederick Douglass. All 11 players got to score as they were in command early and controlled things from start to finish to move 10-12 on the season, and now they've got a tough one coming up against Fern Creek on Saturday. That's a doubleheader, as actually it's an all-day, all-afternoon and evening affair with the JV teams as well, as the girls will play a varsity game at 3 and the boys at 7:30 against the team from Louisville. And on the boys' side, that's a top 10 opponent. And Great Crossing, their schedule hasn't gotten any easier, and they've been involved in close games all year. Tuesday night was no exception, as they fell to Woodford County. Had a shot at the end. That's been the story of the season. There have been 4 or 5 games that have come down to a shot at the end, usually by Neil Baker, it seems like. Neil had a great fourth quarter to get them back in contention, but that shot wouldn't fall. And the Yellow Jackets, who've played some heavyweights in their own right and are really playing well at the end of the season, came on and won that game by a point, or 2 points rather. That was kind of a rivalry game, as Great Crossing replaced Woodford County in the 41st District, so a lot of pride was riding on that one. As we mentioned, GC lost that one. Also dropped the game to Madison Central on Saturday, so they want to get back on track. They had a 3-game winning streak. Now they've lost 2 in a row, and they will hope to get fired up against a tough Fern Creek opponent on Saturday. A lot of things going on sports-wise now as we're getting down to championship crunch time. Regional wrestling Saturday in Oldham County. Swimming had its regionals. It's ongoing at UK as we speak, and it will go through Saturday as well. Bowling is having its states out in Louisville. Luke Turner for Scott County in the unified finals at last check, so maybe a state championship coming to the Cardinals there. We'll find out, and we'll let you know next week. Lots going on. Hope you can get out and support your teams as we get down into the best part of the winter season. And pretty soon we'll be talking about baseball, softball, track, and all that good stuff. Hope you can stay with us. Thanks for joining us, everybody.